Most people think that the only way you can earn money is go to work, sit at a desk for 8 hours, come home and get a check deposited into your account twice a month. Don't get me wrong, this can be a great way to get started to earn money. However, that is definitely not the only way to make ends meet. And if you are chasing financial independence, that may not even be the best way to do it. Now, when it comes to income, there are actually 3 types of income that you can earn. They are earned or active income, portfolio or capital gains income, and passive income. Now, all 3 should be part of your plan to retire early. You know what? Let's break it down. Now, first let's start with earned income or active income. Earned income, also called active income, is the most common type of income. It's the income that we gain from a contract job. This kind of income is one of the most sure way to generate income because it's a transaction between you and your employer based on a contract generally. Now, you do work and you get paid, and if you don't get paid, there are different ways that you can demand your money. Now, it's safe as long as you do a good job and the company stays operating. Now, the most common example of this type of income is that from your day job. Now, if you work somewhere like Starbucks or a bank, it's income that you receive by doing something. For instance, working as a contractor, working as a consultant or a hourly employee, salary employees, or working any odd job like babysitting. In other words, anything that you are actively doing in exchange for money counts as active income. Now, looking at the pros and cons of this type of income, and income is generally steady. Now, generally, you know that if you show up to work, put in the hours and do a good job, there will be a solid payout. You can make lots of money quickly depending on what kind of job you do. And it's great in the beginning stages of financial independence to have any sort of solid income. It gives you a jumping off point and something to build off of. The more time you give up, the more cash you can make, but eventually your time is going to be worth more than you are being paid. And only having earned income doesn't set you up for wealth for financial freedom. And additionally, you don't have control over your time. This is arguably the biggest drawback to earned income in a more traditional setting. Now, your clients or company dictates when things are due and where you should be. You don't have as much control over your life where you are earning income. Now, overall, though, actively earning your income is the easiest way to bring home the bacon, and it's a great way to start the journey to financial independence. The second type of income is the portfolio or capital gain income. Now, remember I told you at the beginning that active income was very important at the beginning of your journey, and this is because it's a great start towards growing the second type of income, which is portfolio or capital gain income. This is income that is created from investing in the stock market. It is the income you generate when you sell a stock for more than you bought it for. So if you bought a stock that costs $150 and then you sell it for $300, you have made $150 on that stock, and the $150 is considered your capital gains. Now, another form of portfolio income is dividends. Dividend income comes from owning a particular form of a stock or fund. After an appointed amount of time, typically once a quarter, companies pay out a cash dividend to their dividend stock holders out of the earnings during the quarter. Now, it's a great type of income to add to your portfolio to help diversify it and keep the cash rolling in. Now, some of the pros and cons of this type of income is that capital gains are a great way to start earning bread outside of your earned income. You take that newfound money, invest it, and now your money is working for you twice. Now, this can be considered a drawback since it means you need to have means in order to access this kind of income. However, even a small amount in the market over time can make a large difference. Now, also long-term capital gains are taxed at a better rate if you have held the stock for a long enough period of time. This means that you'll pay taxes at a lower rate than earned income, which can make it even more attractive as a form of accumulation. Lastly is passive income. Now, another form of income, and one which is highly thought of if you are pursuing financial independence. It also the broadest category because passive income is income that you earn without doing anything continuously. Now, some passive methods take some time to set up, but once the ball gets rolling, you don't have to do anything and the money keeps on coming in. Now, if you're pursuing financial freedom, you have to think about this sort of, this kind of income. Because if you can earn money doing nothing, that money leaves you space and time to do other things like taking the vacation you have always wanted. Now, as long as your expenses are covered by passive income, you have the freedom to live the life you always wanted to create for yourself. Now, examples of this kind of income is selling courses. Now, courses are an awesome way to make passive income, or they might take a lot of energy and creativity to set up. An online course can have massive rewards depending on who you run your course through and what the terms and conditions are. Now, you could have months where you make over $1,000 and you can create a course on anything that you are interested in, because chances are if you're interested in something, there's a market for it. The other example is a REIT. A REIT is short for Real Estate Investment Trust. Now, this is a great way to invest in the real estate market without having to buy an entire property. The other example is rental properties. Now, if you do have a lot of cash to invest, buying a real estate property could be a great way to create passive income, especially if you outsource the property management to a company or a contractor. You could choose to rent out the property. Now, depending on what works for you, it's important to note not everyone would consider rental income to be passive unless someone else manages the property for you. Now, some of the pros and cons of this kind of income is that setting up a passive income streams allows you to have the flexibility you need to become financially independent. It's one of the most powerful tools you can have. However, it's a lot more time intensive. And now, if you want to create great products that people want, you will need to spend the time, energy, and effort thinking through what that looks like and how to actualize your goals. Then you have to put in the hard work to create the product itself. In order to build riches, you want to use a combination of the three types of income. You can start with the earned income and start saving money. If you are not making enough to be able to save, you can consider finding work outside the traditional 9-to-5 job. Then you want to make sure that you have a fully funded emergency fund, generally around 6 months, and this is just kind of like build that cushion if you lose your job, because this is going to give you some sort of a peace of mind that you can be able to invest because you have something to lean back on. Now, the first place to invest is going to be your tax advantage savings account. Now, maxing out your 401k, IRA, and other retirement accounts is a great way to save cash and prepare for the future. But that kind of investing will only take you so far. Now, the next question you need to ask yourself is, how do you want to invest outside of those accounts? Now, this will give you a multi-pronged route to creating revenue. And you could go the route of the market with the capital gains and dividends, or something like REITs or real estate property. Now would be a great time to sit down and picture your future life. You want to make sure that you have a firm understanding of why you are investing in the first place. Once you have decided where to invest, you can create a long-term investment plan. Now, this is going to look different for every individual, but it's the key to building long-term sustainable wealth. Now, between earned income and investment income and passive income, you should be able to build a diverse set of income streams that will allow you to retire early. It might take some time, but the payoff is definitely worth it. Building wealth is incredibly crucial to having a good life and attaining financial independence. It gives you the freedom to create that life you have always wanted or dreamt of. Thanks again for watching another video. I hope you like the content. I hope you can subscribe to this channel so you can join the channel and at the same time help this channel grow. I post videos weekly so that I can motivate you and show you my journey to financial freedom. Now, I still have a long way to go, but I believe I'm going to achieve that freedom. I want to be able to do things that I've always wanted. And the only way I can do it is by sacrificing right now so that I can reach that goal that I've always wanted. Share the video and see you in my next video.